Perimeter breach. You have entered a restricted area. Herbert, you are about to explode. Fire in the hole.
Hello everyone, this is Xsampl, and I'm back on the Third Echelon Server, and this is Herbert's shack with no Herbert. That's right. So today I want to get working on one of the projects in our book. Now, where's that book gone? Number 10, transport to castle via witch farm underground. Now this one is actually going to be quite tricky. I actually just thought of something that I didn't think of. Now we're going to be going over here in this area, and it's something that you may have forgotten exists, or if you haven't seen it before you wouldn't know. But it is something that we need to do. But first I think what we need to do is try and work out how to build a boat. There we go, that'll work. What used to be out the back here was like a little goalpost thing, and the idea was you jump in a boat. There's a little boat launcher thing where you jump in a boat and you jump over the goalpost from up there where the waterfall is, and then you go through this tunnel which takes you all the way out to the front of my castle. Now you can see the step down there. There's a reason there is a step down there, and we're going to try and fix that, but it's gonna mean there's going to be a lot of remodeling. Now I don't remember how to get up here at all. You come through here, through this hole, up these stairs, and then into this room. In here, we were going to have, which we can't access, a bunch of boats. There's some in there. Didn't have to make one after all. And you walk across here, it throws one out, you jump in it, and then you row, and you fall down this. What the heck is going on here? What? There may be a way to get around this. Maybe we can try and use a fence post. But we've only got cobble, so that's all we have to do. Let's dig this out, and then dig out one more, and then put up a cobble fence. Made it. So through here, oh gosh, boats. And then so I want to drop through the floor around about here. So it is only one block deep. So if we have like a row of blocks like this, which blocks the water from flowing towards us, pop up. So we need pistons for that. So we've got those. That will be okay. So we can block the water off that way. We still need water behind us to push us in, but we also need to get rid of the source blocks which are in here. Yes, well, an interesting thing is I keep forgetting about these slime blocks, and that they can actually move more than one block at a time. So maybe we could use these to help us move a bunch of blocks. Okay, well this actually might do the trick. So with it extended, we can get the boat to go down. Then if we retract it, if it was a double piston extender, then it would remove itself by another block. Can you do a triple piston extender? And after much monkeying around, this is what we're settling for. Oh my gosh. Wow. It's not working now. What broke? Oh, don't tell me you can't push that many blocks. Oh, that's sad. Well, that's going to ruin a bunch of things. So I can't actually do what I want. I can do a 2x2. But not a 3x3. That gas is super annoying. What? We're going to have to change this. We're going to have to change this idea. Now, there are a whole bunch of problems with this. This simple idea of mine is turning into a bit of a nightmare. We have a problem here, and we have to remove the water. Otherwise, the boat will just float on top of the water, even though there's a gaping hole below it. The triple piston extender isn't going to work. And the reason why I wanted to use it was I wanted to have this look symmetrical and have these three blocks move out of the way. So I'm going to change this whole idea and start again. I think what I need to do is I'm going to make it so that there's only 4 blocks which will move out of the way. So if I grab, let's use these to describe what I'm talking about here. So I'm going to move those 4 blocks out of the way. There's going to be a strip in the middle here which isn't going to move, and then there'll be another 4 blocks on this side which can also move. We need to stop the water, so we have to put blocks up like this, like a little fence that'll stop us from going forwards. Also stop the water from regenerating and falling back in the hole. We're going to have blocks behind us, and these 4 blocks have to lift up and then drop down and move completely out of the way so the boat can drop through the floor. Well, that is a lot to ask. That is a lot to ask. So we are going to give that a go. There's also one thing I've also just thought about is I was thinking about moving this tunnel up 1 block. So if I build anything here, I'm going to have to move it again later. However, for the sake of this episode and the monumental task of moving this up 1 block, because there's a lot of things that need to move, I think I'll just get it done. So we're going to need to have pistons all the way across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now for the double piston extender, we are going to use slime blocks. This is going to be so... Okay, so that's out. And if we do this... No, I did that right. It's not pulling back. Oh, the problem is it's too high, and these blocks can't move back because these dispensers are in the way. So I have stuffed up. I need to drop it all down by 1 block. Oh man, it's been one of those episodes. I think I should have given up before I started. Okay, so that's a little bit better. So this is supposed to be at the underneath the water, and then when it gets pulled out, it slides underneath here. But when it's out this way, we need to push it up 1 block to block off the water. It's complicated. It's complicated, but it'll make sense in a bit. Right, there we go. And then when we pull that back, it should just slide back. If we push it again, they should all slide back out. Are we stuck on that piston? This is what I'm worried about. This really is a problem. This is going to be the hardest thing I've had to solve in a long, long time. I need these pistons to come up, but they're getting caught on these slime blocks, and I'm not exactly sure how I can get around this problem. So something kind of like that. Not the best in the world, but that might actually work. So... getting back to the wiring, we're going to have to go underneath there. So we're still going to have the same problems. Let's put our boat back on top. So the problem is that you're going to have to get your boat like really, pretty much in the right place for this to work. And that's not what I wanted. Okay, so hopefully the boat comes down. There we go. Alright. That kind of works. Now, the next step is to... I need to power those with pistons. So just temporarily, let's just stick a piston there like that. And I need to be able to push these sticky slime blocks up. So, kind of need to get up. I need at least 1 sticky piston. Yeah, is it sticky piston on there? Yeah, I do. No, I need 1 there. Will that actually go backwards and forwards with that stuck on it? I'm not sure if it will or not. It did. So if it's there, if it's out, then we need to power it to push these up. But we need to unpower it to drop it down. So, let's just do this for now. There we go. So that would go up and that would cut the water off. Let's go take a look at that. Alright. So our boat would be on top of that. Hopefully we've landed in the right spot. So we'd end up going up. And we need to fire off these to pull the water. Oh man. How complicated can this get? At the same time as that goes off. So we're talking about all of them. And then we need to drop this and then retract this. And then our boat should fall down. Yeah, simple. Okay, here's what I've done. Quickly wired this up. So, our... well, that shouldn't be open, right? I thought I had this sorted. So, it needs to be powered on open. Problem I've got now is that. Darn it. Well, this is going to be difficult. It's so tight in here. These need to be independent. Well, that's my problem. Alright, so I've got a little bit of a problem. But I think there may be a solution. Because I'm pretty sure that if you power one dispenser, it will actually power the one beside it. So I'm just going to test this out quickly. So I'm too busy thinking about what I'm going to say next and I'm not paying attention. Okay, so that one's got cobble on it, and this one, if this piece of cobble comes out, then I don't need as many redstone torches as I thought I might. So let's go and test out our theory. So we should just be able to break this redstone dust and put it back on, and there should be 2 empty dispensers. Yes, they're empty. Right, very good. 1, 2. So that'll fix that problem temporarily until we find the next one. So at this state, we are... well, that shouldn't be up. Oh, of course I've got to invert it. So this is the state that we're going to arrive in. These blocks aren't going to be here. They're just temporarily here to stop water from flooding down there. And that one shouldn't be up. Should be down. So this is the state we're going to arrive in it. There's going to be water all in here. And then when we hit the switch, which we don't have yet, we're going to hit that once. So we're problem solving now. Yeah, actually, this is going to have to be done in a couple of stages. Here's how it's going to work. Push the button. This piston goes up. Then this line gets activated. Let's go check that out. So that piston pushes those slime blocks up, which pushes that up. That's fine. So the next step is to, or should we do it the other way around? Let's think about this another way. So let's take that off. First step should be to down, up. And if we go take a look, they should all be up. Neat. So that's fine. Then, once those are up, that stops the water from coming out, it sucks most of the water out. We push this up, which then gets rid of the rest of the water. Then we need to depower that, and then retract this. Well, that's the order of process. Oh my gosh. Okay, right, so I think I'm just going to think about this for a little bit, and I'll get back into it in a second. Okay, so here's my plan. I'm just doing a little bit of a test here, and I think this is going to be the best way to do it. So when we hit our switch, or whatever button we've got, it's most likely going to be a lever. It'll power this line, which will yeah, it will actually lift these pistons up. So then we need to trigger this piston, but we want to pulse it, so we don't want to keep it open. And I was thinking I could probably do something like this. It's quite simple. Let's not get confused with that piece of redstone. We have a block, a solid block here, with a dropper with one item in it, which is going into a hopper, and the hopper is going back into the dropper. So holding shift, click into that. So any item which goes into the hopper comes back through into the dropper. It'll then, if the item ends up in the hopper, it'll power this comparator, and that will lift our, well, I better not use one of those. It'll lift our piston, which will in turn lift our slime blocks and cobble up into the air. And what's cool about this is that you can leave it powered, but it's only going to pulse once. There we go. Actually, would this might actually work. I'm just worried about the dropper getting locked. So if I did that, oh, gosh, I've totally forgotten what I was doing because it's been a while since it crashed. Let's see. So we need to get the signal out of here through a comparator. But then power goes through that, and then it goes into this block, and hopefully this. Dang it! No, I can't do that. Nope. Once we step the power up here, then when this goes on, it should push the pistons up. Yay! Something worked for once. Neat. So that's that. So that'll kill the water. Getting back to it, if I power, wait, no, I've got to do this. I've got to join it up. So the idea was to have this all go at the same time. However, I think I wanted this to have a bit of a delay. I need more repeaters. So the repeaters, put one in there. I'll put that on full delay. Hopefully that works. So let's go back up and take a look at what's going on up here. Okay, so these gates are up. I think that's what we were testing, and then we were testing to have that power up, which it did. So if we power this up, okay, it should have. Oh, this is getting powered by what? Oh, I see. It's getting powered by that block there. This might work out better for us. So I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to add another one of these dropper hopper things, just to bring this up here. Now I need to, yeah, I could get away with doing this, I think. Put a solid block there, so the power's going to go through that one block and power that. It's going to fire up an item into the top. It's then going to put a redstone power out via that comparator. Should power that block and then that piston, and then we shouldn't have any problem. Let's try. Yep, so that did work. And then we do this. And we're good. Let's go take a look upstairs. Ugh, such a little warren maze, rat warren maze. Right, this is what we want. So everything's normal. This will be all flooded. Water will be flowing through here. We can come through it on our boat. Then, when we push the magic lever or button. That will turn off. Then the dispensers will suck the water out. Okay, so it'll suck the water out, but I won't put it back in again, right? Oh, that's sad. Okay, let's just try this out. I'm gonna put some blocks across here, just so I don't destroy things. I need to go find a bunch of buckets. Oh, how many buckets are we gonna need? Let's grab a couple of stacks of iron. Oh yeah. Alright, so we've got a bunch of iron, a few buckets. Boats work differently now, so one of the other reasons I'm going to have to update my little canal, my little sewers canal, or my sewer canal, in my castle here, just over there, is you can't get back up anymore. You used to be able to sort of like pop up, up over those couple of blocks of water here, but now your boat gets stuck and it kicks you out. See? Here's my stuck boat. That one's got a bucket. That one's got one. That one's got one. That one's got one. And... right, so... that's back to normal. And... yeah, not even going to work. And we're going to get a flood too, by the looks of it. So now it's going to do the opposite of what we want. It's actually going to put the water out. So when we turn that off, we need to pulse this. We need to pulse this again. So how do we do that? Okay, I'm off on a mission. I need to get some quartz. I need to... can I swim? Okay. How did I do that thing before I was flying? I can't work it out. Ah, neat. I found some. So I've been all over the place looking for nether quartz. Yeah, just haven't been able to find any, and I can't go to the nether. Just in case. Is there a crafting bench around here? Yeah, there is. Just in case something goes wrong and we get kicked off the server again. So let's make a bunch of these. How many do I need? What the? Huh? Hey? Huh? What? Did you just see that? It just stole all my stuff. Alright. Observer blocks. So I'm trying something out here and I'm not exactly sure how to do this really. The idea is I need to double pulse this torch, but I don't want to double pulse the piston. And so to do that, I kind of need to do some magic. Let's put this back here for a second. Now, I don't need that there anymore. So the idea was that if we put two items in there, you push this, and it's supposed to pulse twice, but at the moment, it's actually doing 3 pulses. So the idea was to use an observer block. I believe you can do this with these. Do like a double pulse with them. I think it goes that way. I'm not sure. So if I did that, is it around the wrong way? I don't know how to do these ones. I haven't played with this before actually. Let's just stick that there. Oh yeah, so it was 2 pulses. Neat. So if I put in 6 items, I should get 2 out. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Okay, so that works with that. And I want to be able to... I want to power that once, so at least... well, power it so it goes up. Let's try this. Right, so the piston goes once, and this dispenses twice. Let's try that again. Right, so that does work. Problem is how to integrate this into this. Yeah. Alright, so we're getting a little bit turned around in here. We're now looking at this new idea. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and do one side first and then work on the other side, because the other side's a little bit more compact and I'm going to have to move things around a bit more, I think. So at the moment, the pistons are up, the water is, yeah, it's the wrong, it's wrong, but now let's see, if we push this button, the water is, it's not working. No! Get out! No, 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 no! Why are they here? You're wrecking everything. Stop it! Alright, I think we're back on track. So, the pistons are down. The water is flowing. Each one has a bucket. And we've gone back to the redstone torch idea. The difference being is that I've inverted the power, so that actually does help quite a lot. So let's turn that off. And then all it's doing actually is just powering the dispensers. So the water has been sucked in, the pistons are up, so that means that the next trigger would be to push these up and then retract them, and that is working perfectly now. Oh my gosh, that took a bit of effort. So that's that side. I need to now drag the power around, so I need some more repeaters. I've run out. I have to go find some. And extend that line around to this side and then work out how to get this side working the same as this here. Alright, find repeaters. Repeat. Okay, well the other side was actually way easier to wire up than I thought, and it solved a bunch of problems. I don't have to worry about powering that piston because there is a repeater on the other side of it, so yeah, it worked out really, really well. Okay, so you're not going to be able to understand exactly what I've done here by me running around, but we've got it sorted so that these pistons will now lift up, which is that line there, and now we just got to do the retract. So once the pistons have been lifted and then dropped, we need to retract the these pistons here, and then when it's triggered again, we need to push these pistons back first and then trigger that line. So yeah, that's going to be the tricky part. Alright, it's all wired up, I think. Let's go up and have a test. So at the moment, let's see, the water is out and flowing. So let's go check that out. Yep, it is. I haven't hooked those dispensers up yet. I will do that another time. I'm not exactly sure why that block is up. That has been like that the whole time. Why would you be like that? Because we've ran out of signal strength. Aha! Okay, all the water is flowing. Yeah, that's good. I want to take away those blocks, but it's just for safety's sake, I'm going to leave them there for now. So if our boat is... let's grab a boat. I have a funny feeling that I need to adjust the timing though of the double piston extender, because I think what's going to happen is it's going to not let us fall through the floor. So if we're here, our boat's there, hit the switch. Well, it went through. This is a good start. Okay, so there's a bit of timing issues and stuff like that, but that's a good start. So the boat is gone. Let's open that up again. And out comes all the stuff, and that's fine. That was just a bucket inside that dispenser there. Alright, and then we turn it off again. And there we go. Yep, so the double piston extender needs to stay open a little bit longer for the boat to fall through. We might need to wiggle it through, but that's good. Okay, that is so cool. Man, I'll tell you what, I never thought this episode would actually be done. this has been an actual real pain. Neat. That works. Cool. So the reason why we're pushing these blocks up is if there are source blocks here, it will, yeah, it'll be a problem. However, oh, you know what I think would work is if these had water buckets in them. Let's just try this for a second. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it just needs one water bucket there. Yeah, alright. That might have damaged something downstairs. Let's go check it out. Nope, it looks like we're okay. Yes, it's fine. The water didn't stay there long enough to do any damage. Alright, so that is a really good start. I really do need to get those other pistons to fire out that water and retract. My boat is there. Well, that's not a good place for my boat. Oh, yeah. And I've got to move these out of the way because the boat's supposed to drop down through here. Ah, I tell you, I'm going to win. I'm really close to winning. So what I might end up doing is I might end up fixing this a bit later on. Let's see. First order of business was to get these two. No, wait, the boat. The boat falls down. Ah, these are in the way. Right. Yeah, so the boat's supposed to fall down where these slime blocks are here. That piston gets retracted that way. But what I forgot to remember is that all of these blocks, this one, this one, this one, need to be out of the way. Oh, okay, we can do it. We can still do this. Alright, well I reckon that's about all the time we've got for this episode. I have worked hard on this. There's just a little bit of timing to work out, but everything is working now. All the water dissipates very nicely. So without further ado, let's check out the boat. And there we go. Yeah. So the timing issue is that the retraction of the pistons is not long enough, and the boat gets crushed on the way down, and so do you. A little bit sad, but hey. And then we hit this lever again, and everything goes back to normal. Well, that's perfect. So things to do here. We're going to do this other side too. Get this working the same as that, and that's not going to be too hard. All these pistons and all these dispensers will work. That block's there, so water doesn't go down there. But that is cool. So that's it. That's pretty much it. And the boat came back. Oh, neat. That's pretty much it. So I will catch you next time. Later. Hit this button and